Good morning, and it's Friday, and it is the 18th of February. So, how is everybody today? And good to be here with you on my last Friday live for quite some time. Yes. So, after a bit of toing and froing, I've decided to do my lives that will now be on a Monday morning. So make sure you're following my page because you'll get updates, but you'll also get an alert usually the day before when I'm going live. So it'll come up on a Sunday, I'm afraid. But I have to look at what's the right thing for the business and what's the right thing for my valuable clients. So how has your week been, everybody? And Storm, we had Dudley, now we've got Eunice. What's that all about? It does make me smile because it just sounds so funny. And I was supposed to be going to Leicester today and made the decision not to go because I'm officially off today. And I was going to take my lovely mum out. And I thought, no, it's not safe. So we're going to stay at home. But what I want to talk to you about today was how has so far the first quarter of the year been for you and your business? And this got me thinking because I'm preparing some work for a new client next week. And one of the first things we do is what's worked so far. And we were talking on the phone and he said, well, the thing I want to know, Karen, is how soon am I going to get results? And I'm going to put that in the comments actually, because he said, well, we're going to make this investment. We want to work with you because we're here quite good at what you do. That's sarcastically, by the way. And we then had a chat about what difference that would make to his business, but also remembering that social media is a strategic marketing tool. And we need to remember that and maintain sight of that because ultimately it should sit alongside the rest of our marketing. So just to give you a little bit of an example of that, and one of the things that got me thinking about Q1 was I have recently joined the Email Marketing Heroes. If you haven't seen it, just get in touch and I'll tell you about it because I've been a member for like a week and a half and I'm so blown away by the quality of the training and what we're getting from it. It's fantastic. It's a huge community, but it's great. And it's English, which is great. Well, they're from Newcastle, so even better. So, and they were talking about planning for Q2, and I thought, gosh, I wouldn't have necessarily thought about starting to plan, but that's not true because at the start of the year, I sort of mapped out what my activities are. So I'm currently developing a digital version of my mini course, a digital version of my year-long course, so people who don't want to invest in being part of the community but want to access the learning can at a much more cost-effective rate join and just be a digital member, so you don't get any of the community elements and the workshops. So I'm working on that. So the plan was always going to be that I was going to set up an evergreen 5-day mini course, which will be going live mid-March. She says really optimistic because now I've told you I've got to do it. And then focusing on one-to-one training and developing that side of the business, bringing in my social media management associate who's doing a great job for me. So when people want to outsource their social media, then I can get her to do it. And I focus on the training, which is the bit that I love. And I started saying this to this guy on the phone, and he said, really? You're planning that far ahead? I said, well, we should always be planning, always be moving forward. Every Friday, I have a recurring reminder in my tasks that says to me, review what I had to do this week and have I done it? Because we are human and we forget things. And with social media, more than ever, it is absolutely vital that we're consistently showing up because we don't know that point at which somebody's going to go from being a potential client, somebody who knows us, maybe likes us, maybe trusts us even a little bit because they've had a referral, to actually then becoming a client who invests in our products or services, because some things might take some time. So perfect example of that is the lovely Zoe Darkins, Inside Out Laser Clinics. Just between Loughborough and Leicester. She is based, Mount Sorrel. And I've known Zoe and been aware of her clinic for a number of years, but it's only in the last 6 months that I have been part of one of her clients. And that's a perfect example is we have different touch points with people, and that's essential that we keep those touch points going. So I want you to think about, what have you accomplished so far in the first quarter? What do you still need to accomplish? Now, I haven't quite got there yet, but I've got a few proposals out. They all land right side up, butter side up, as we say. If we land that, then that's fine, but we should always be building our pipeline. So think about your social media content. Have a look back since the beginning of January. What have you been posting? What has performed best? Really interestingly, I did something a bit different on my social media platforms, and it was a little bit cheeky, a little bit provocative. And I said that there are a lot of cowboys out there. I mean, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but there's a lot of people out there who are experts or say they're experts. So I gave some input and ideas about these are the sort of questions you should be asking. And it actually happened to me 2 years ago. This had a meeting with this guy. I'd done him a quotation and he wanted to have a chat. And he said, well, Mrs. Curitan, nobody calls me Mrs. Curitan, by the way. He said, tell me, why should we use you? And I said, well, apart from the fact that I've got a high client retention rate, once clients work with me, they continue working with me for quite a long period of time. I'm award-winning at what I do. I'm specializing. I'm not trying to be every woman or every person. And funny enough, the minute I said I was award-winning, I saw a flick in his eyes and I thought, I've got the job. So think about what you can do. What is your fab factor? And that's my leaving with you today, because next time I'm going to be live is Monday, the 7th of March. I will remind you. So Monday, the 7th of March is the date of my next live. It'd be great to have people join me. I know that people have families and jobs to go to, so we may even move the live slightly later, so we can pick up after school run. So it might move to 9 o'clock on a Monday. So that'll be quite good. But we'll play around with the 8 o'clock slot and see how it goes and take it from there. So my leaving with you today is, what is your fab factor? Now, if I'm working with business to business, I can't really talk like that. So I would say, what is your differentiation? So if you are business to business, more than business to consumer, remember, what is your differentiation and use that. Because I've actually got to jump over after I finish this to record a video for an ads campaign that I'm running. And the fab factor is going to be the focus of my video. So look out for it. So have a safe but windy Friday. And I will see you on the 7th of March. Next Friday, the reason I'm not live next Friday, because I said I would stay live on Fridays until March, is that next Friday morning I'm heading off to Birmingham to spend the day with Mr. Theo Paphitis and his Small Business Sunday winners. There'll be between 2,000 and 3,000 people go. I'd be interested to see if there's fewer because of COVID. I don't know, but there's all of the safety measures are being put in place. And have a wonderful, I think it's going to be a wet weekend. So I'm sorry to hear that. And it's not good. We're heading off to London to meet my new niece, who's 2 weeks old. So that's quite exciting. And I will see you in a few weeks. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.